They say I was living the dream. A gorgeous apartment, a diamond ring on my finger, a fiancé who adored me, and a wedding in 8 weeks that everyone called fairy tale perfect. My best friend Sarah flipped through bridal magazines at my kitchen counter like it was also exciting. Maya, you're literally living the dream, she gushed. David is amazing. This apartment is amazing. You're so lucky. I smiled, nodded, touched the ring like it angered me. But the truth? I felt like I was playing a role in someone else's movie. The dream looked perfect on paper, but in my chest, there was a quiet dread growing louder with each RSVP that came in. Still, I told myself it was normal cold feet, nerves, pressure. Every bride feels it, right? Then came my bachelorette party. The club was pulsing with music and overpriced champagne. My bridesmaids screamed with excitement, pulling me into pictures, shots, and endless toasts. But their joy only deepened my sense of being disconnected. I laughed because I was supposed to. I danced because I had to, but it all felt fake, like I was floating outside my own body, watching someone else pretend to be happy. And then there was Jake, the bartender with kind eyes and a rough edge in his smile. He sent over a drink with a napkin that said, "You look like you want to disappear." I should have ignored it, but I didn't. He poured my next drink himself. "So," he said, voice low, "you happy?" I opened my mouth to lie, to say yes like I always did, but I didn't say anything. We talked about nothing and everything, and when he leaned in, I let him kiss me, a soft, brief kiss, but enough to unravel everything. I left the bar seconds later, sick to my stomach. My bridesmaids didn't notice. They were too busy filming TikToks and laughing over gummy rings and novelty straws. I went back to the hotel alone, sat on the bed for hours. I didn't text David back, even though he messaged, "Hope you're having fun, babe, miss you." I stared at the screen, unable to respond. I blocked Jake's number, as if that could erase what happened. For days past, I tried to pretend it was nothing, a mistake, a lapse in judgment, but the guilt followed me everywhere, louder than the music that night, heavier than the ring on my finger. So I told him. We were sitting on the balcony, watching the city lights flicker below. He was talking about honeymoon options. I interrupted him. "I kissed someone." He blinked slowly. His expression didn't change at first. "Who, a bartender?" I said. "I didn't plan it. It was stupid. I was drunk. It meant nothing." "Don't," he said. "Just tell me why." And I couldn't. "Not really." I said I was scared, that I felt like I was disappearing into a version of myself I didn't recognize, that everything felt like performance, every smile, every dress fitting, every family dinner, that I didn't know why I did it, only that it wasn't about the kiss. It was about something deeper. He looked at me for a long time, eyes hollow, jaw clenched. Then he took off his engagement ring and placed it on the table between us. "I could have forgiven the kiss," he said, "but not the fact that you don't know if you want this life." And then he left. No yelling, no accusations. Just silence. I sat there for hours, staring at the ring, my chest hollowed out. Everyone found out within days. My mom was devastated. His parents were furious. Friends texted confused condolences. Sarah came over and asked, "Why would you throw all that away?" I didn't have an answer, but the shame clung to me like smoke. Eventually, I made an appointment with Dr. Wells, my old college counselor. In her quiet office, I started to unravel. We talked about my childhood, my dad leaving, my mom's bitterness, how I learned early that love was unpredictable, that it laughed, that you had to protect yourself before it could hurt you. And suddenly, everything made sense. I kissed Jake not because I wanted him, but because I wanted to ruin things before they could hurt me. I was reenacting my fear of abandonment. I was sabotaging joy because I didn't believe I deserved it. Therapy became my lifeline. I started journaling, running, volunteering. I deleted social media for a while, avoided dating. I didn't want to replace David. I wanted to meet myself. Weeks later, I wrote him a letter. Not to win him back, just to say I understood now, that I was healing, that I hoped he found peace, too. We met once, at Cafe Luna, the site of our first date. He looked different, older, maybe, wiser. I apologized again, quietly. He said he appreciated the letter, but that some things Once cracked, can't be made whole again. And I understood. I let him go. Months passed. I got promoted at work. I mentored a younger woman who confessed she'd cheated on her partner and didn't know why. As I listened to her, I saw myself in her fear, her confusion, and I told her what. I was only just learning that healing doesn't mean fixing the past. It means not repeating it. Eventually, I went to Sarah's wedding as a guest, not a bride. I wore a simple dress, no ring, no date. Just me. David was there. He was engaged now, I heard. He nodded at me from across the room, and to my surprise, I didn't flinch. I smiled back. I felt peace. That night, Jake texted me out of nowhere, coffee. I looked at the message for a moment, then deleted it. I don't need coffee. I need truth, stillness, wholeness. I'm not who I was, and I'm not sorry I finally chose me.